As you continue to create your own workbooks here in Excel 2019, at some point you may want to share them with others. You may want to share read-only versions with others so they can view the contents. Or perhaps you want them to be able to edit the contents, even collaborate with you online simultaneously. These are all options we're going to explore in this chapter, and we'll do it with our Leaf and Mortar Projected Revenues workbook, LM Revenues 03 from the Chapter 3 folder if you're catching up. Now, the first step in sharing online is to save your workbook somewhere online, i.e. the cloud. You'll notice in the top right corner, if you're signed in, your name will appear up here, your credentials. If you're not, you'll see a link to get signed in to a Microsoft account. It could be a personal account like an old Hotmail or Windows Live account, Outlook.com. In an organization that uses Exchange or SharePoint services, you may be connected online to one of those cloud storage locations. All you have to do is save your workbook to one of those locations and you'll be able to send out invitations to people to access your file. So how do we do that? Well, there's a couple of different options. We can go to File and down to Share here on the left-hand side. Clicking that shows that we can share with people if we first save to the cloud. Let's hit the back button. There's also a Share tab in the top right corner. Click there. That opens up the Share pane with a button to Save to Cloud. You can't collaborate with others until you do that first and make sure it's saved as an XLSX file, which ours is. And of course, you can just simply yourself go up to File, choose Save As, and choose one of those locations if you're connected. What I see here are two SharePoint options and my own personal OneDrive. So all I have to do is choose one of these. If you have one of these options, go ahead and select it. I'm going to go to my own personal OneDrive and choose my Documents folder. It's going to open up the Save As dialog, which I could have done as well. File, Save As, and then browse to one of my online locations. You can see under OneDrive, I have a lot of subfolders, for example. And you can create your own new folders as well. I'm going to go up here to the very top, OneDrive, and create a new folder. And I'm going to call this Sharing and press Enter to lock it in. Click the Open button to open it up. It's empty. I'm going to keep the same name for my file or workbook that I'm sharing and click Save. So now that it's saved online, some things start to change. First of all, in the top left-hand corner, the Save button looks different. That circular set of two arrows is there to remind me that this is saved to the cloud. That means if I go over here to Share, it's going to look different now. The Share pane doesn't say Save to Cloud anymore. It has been. Now it has a field for inviting people, choosing what kind of access they'll have, messages, etc. It also shows me as the owner of this, and now I'm ready to share with other people. I can access my address book and contacts that are there, or type in email addresses. I'm going to type in Karen Leslie, who has a Gmail account. I'm going to let her edit. The other option, clicking this drop-down arrow, is View Only. So she'll be able to look at this but not make changes. With Can Edit, she'll be able to go in. Even if she doesn't have Excel installed on her end, she can use an online version. And optionally, I can include a message, something like, "Hi Karen, please edit as you see fit." Now, I wouldn't say that if I hadn't chosen Can Edit up here for the type of access. All we have to do now is click Share, and you can see emails are getting sent out. She shows up on the list down below me as someone who can edit. I can add more people at any time. You can go to people, right-click their name to remove them if you no longer want to share with them. But I do. I'm going to close up the Share pane, clicking the Close button. And I would continue working on this, knowing that Karen can also access it. Let's see what it's like to be her. I'm going to switch over to a browser where Karen's logged in and has received a message from David Rivers. I shared a file on OneDrive. Clicking this opens it up. "Hi Karen, please edit as you see fit," and a View in OneDrive button to open it up online. You can see a new tab opens up in her browser with Excel Online displaying the exact same workbook. Now, up here is a button to edit right here in the browser or download a copy of it. Lots of different options printed out. But if she wanted to go in here and make changes right now, just viewing, clicking Edit in Browser would give her access from Excel Online. It's not full Excel functionality, but it's enough to go in and change up any numbers that need changing. Meanwhile, switching back to Excel, I would see those changes happening, and from the Share tab, see who's making them, who has access, and what type of access, all because we can share online. Just one of the ways that you may want to share or even collaborate with others here in Excel 2019.